Hey, everybody, it's Mike from The Mike Wagner Show, powered by SonicWeb Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. SonicWeb Studios is the answer. SonicWeb Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs at below the competition rate. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support at sonicwebstudios.com. Mention The Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you love Missing by Mia Molson Zia, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers and 1 target, where truth is an illusion and those you love be the first to go missing. It's available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Molson Zia has garnered great reviews and even loved and endorsed by Hollywood celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forrest Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today before it goes missing by Mia Molson Zia, available on Amazon. Also, The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on themikewagnershow.com. You can check our Facebook page at facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Audible, and Apple. Coming soon to Podbean, Buzzsprout, Pandora, and TuneIn, and heard worldwide on Geo 7, Radio Public, Himalaya, and more. Take the Mike Wagner Show on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel and follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. And for some great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com. You can also check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast store, including t-shirts, pop sockets, hoodies, throw pillows, tote bags, and more. And coming soon, iPhone cases, Samsung cases, and a lot more. Also, go to Amazon.com/Mia Molson Zia and check out his store, as well as the Mike Wagner Show merchandise. Check out his books, Missing and More, Amazon.com/Mia Molson Zia, and support the Mike Wagner Show generously at the MikeWagnerShow.com. Also on Anchor FM/support and PayPal, and make sure you do it today. We're here with the very, very multi-talented singer-songwriter out of Alamogordo, New Mexico. He's been an alternative acoustic musician. He's been doing it for years. Began guitar 6 years ago as a way to deal with anxiety and depression. And of course, he's been boosting for several years around Santa Monica, Phoenix, and Austin, Texas for many years. And he's got a new album out called Recycle, which will be featuring Becca as well, too, at the end of the interview. And he'll be glad to talk about it. And live, ladies and gentlemen, from the Plus Studios in beautiful downtown New Mexico, the very multi-talented singer-songwriter, James Ethington III. James, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Hey, thanks for having me. What an intro.
Well, wow. You know why? Because you've got a great story to tell. And of course, a good reason as well, because you've been doing this for about, for quite some time. You began guitar 6 years ago as a way to deal with depression and anxiety. You've been boosting for several years around Santa Monica, Phoenix, and Austin, Texas. And of course, you've been doing this for quite some time. We got a brand new single called Becca. We'll talk more about that and your latest album, Recycle. And before we get into all that, tell us how I first got started, James.
Well, I got started playing guitar realistically out of just being bored and not having anything really positive to get into to keep my entertainment. Mm-hmm. So I just started noodling around on guitars. I actually started buying guitars years before I knew how to play, just because I just liked them. So I had about I had like 5 of them, 5 guitars and a bass, and I couldn't play not one thing, and then I just started to pick it up and see if I could try to do something, and I'm still trying to do something to this day. So
now is this self-taught? You did by yourself, or are you doing this online? Do you have somebody helping you?
I stumbled around on my own for a little while, and then I'm not the most tech savvy person in the world, so all the tutorials on YouTube and stuff like that I didn't really know about. And then once I actually started like looking at like my Hollow and people of that, I started to pick up a little bit of more information. But I started off just noodling around for a very long time.
And that's amazing as well, too. A very unique way to learn guitar. I'll have to do that sometime as well. And what was it one precise moment that simply influenced you into what you're doing for the rest of your life?
It actually started when I was like 18. I went to my first big, I guess, concert, you would call it, but it was for Dane Cook. he came to the Pan Am Center in Las Cruces.
Oh, wow.
And yeah. And when I was watching him, he was just super funny. And the stage was like in the middle of the Pan Am Center. And I looked around and saw all these people just laughing, all kind of colors, shapes, and sizes. They didn't care. They were just enjoying the show. And watching him, I knew at that time I wanted to do something like that. I didn't know it was going to be music at that time, but I knew I wanted to have that. You know.
That is so fascinating. Who are some of your favorite artists, musicians, and singers growing up?
Well, I'm pretty old school, so I dug a lot of Jackson Five, the whole Motown family, Smokey Robinson, the Miracles. I love the Beatles,
Oh, yeah.
Eric Clapton, and it was all that old stuff that really got me. Earth, Wind and Fire, Commodores, things like that.
Oh, yes. Oh, my gosh. Amazing. Wow.
Yeah, right.
Of all the Motown artists, who would you say is your favorite?
Jackson Five, yeah, I would say. I mean, there's some great artists, but I mean, Jackson Five is always my jam. So.
And of course, the pride of Gary, Indiana, and of course, rightfully so as well too. And you also been boosting for several years around Santa Monica, Phoenix, Austin, Texas. So how'd you get into boosting and and especially those places?
I started off. Because I was broke, and then I needed some money, and I couldn't find a job. So the first time I went and played was I had dropped my father off at church. And it was a little church, and down the street, Hastings was still a thing. And I stood outside and I started playing. And that day, in my mind, all I wanted to do was earn enough money to buy a Big Mac meal from McDonald's.
Oh, wow.
That's all I wanted. And so I was out there for an hour and I made $40. And I was like, well, I'll be out here again. I'll be out tomorrow.
Let's see, that gets you about, a meal for one. That was it. Big Macs are what, $5-10? It gets you about, four Big Mac meals. They'll stretch you through. And of course, don't forget the dollar breakfast, dollar lunch, and the ultimate Big Mac meal. Yes.
Yes. The
I should
almighty.
have done that. I should have done that a long time ago. But of course, continue on as well too, that you made $40 and you also ventured on, and I guess you've been doing it for quite some time.
Yeah. 10 years playing. Yeah. Live, I've been doing live for 6, but 10 years just with the guitar. But yeah, I made my way out to Santa Monica I wanted to sign to Interscope Records at the time. I was like, I'm gonna sign to Interscope. I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna impress these people. And I went out there, got to LAX. First thing I did was take a taxi to the Interscope building, and promptly was thrown out. I didn't know how this worked. They were super nice about it. They weren't mean. But I was like, well, I got to go find some place to play. So I went on down to this place called 23rd Street Promenade, where all the people, a lot of musicians out there, and you keep going down. There's a beach, Venice Beach, and I made a couple trips out there just busking and see the weather and at the time the girls.
Mm-hmm. and let me ask you this: you don't have to answer it. How much money did you make?
I think I lost way more money than I made.
Not enough Big Macs. Bummer.
Not enough. Yeah.
You could just put a sign on that says, "We'll play for Big Macs."
I could have done that. Actually, I had an Uber driver drop me back off at my hotel, and on the way to the hotel, I was talking about I wanted Big Mac. I wanted breakfast, the big breakfast from McDonald's. It just so happened at that time, that's when they started doing breakfast all day. He was like, hey, I'm about to get off right now. I'll take you to McDonald's for free. And I think he even paid for my food. So I earned some McDonald's out of it, a little bit.
Well, all I can say is we're loving it. That. and of course, going from Santa Monica, and then you also in Phoenix, Austin, Texas. And I'm trying to think, which one do we not cover? And tell us about that area and where you played, and how did you do over there? How much money you make?
In Arizona, I didn't make anything on the street, but I did set up a show, and I think it was about 2 weeks out or something. And I called the lady and I was like, can I come play there? Can I come play? She was like, yeah, sure. And she was like, I'll promote it for you. I'll promote it. And I got there and she didn't promote anything.
Oh
And so
no.
nobody knew I was playing. So I played for 2 hours. I made $8. And I got a hotel room for like 170. And yeah, I made $8. I got some Red Bull and just drove 12 hours back home. So that, but it was a good experience. Austin was awesome. It's an awesome place to go play. It's an awesome place to meet musicians everywhere you go. 2 out of 3 people plays guitar or sings, and it's just a nice, beautiful environment as an artist.
And that's so amazing too. And going from boosting, we start the recycle with Becca. We'll talk about in just a minute with James Ethington III. But first, listen to the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at SonicWebStudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international war-wing author Mia Molson-Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you love Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers and 1 target, where truth is an illusion and those you love be the first to go missing. It's available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Molson-Zia has garnered great reviews and even loved and endorsed by Hollywood celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forrest Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today before it goes missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com. You can check our Facebook page at Facebook.com/the Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Audible, and Apple. Coming soon to Podbean, Buzzsprout, Pandora, and TuneIn. We're heard worldwide on Geo7, Radio Public, Himalaya, and more. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel and follow Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. And check out the Mike Wagner Show merchandise on Amazon under the Mike Wagner Store podcast and Mia Molson-Zia Store for t-shirts, pop sockets, hoodies, throw pillows, tote bags, and a lot more. And also for more great gift ideas, including great books by Mia Molson-Zia, go to Amazon.com/Mia Molson-Zia. Check out a store. Make sure you order today. And don't forget to support the Mike Wagner Show generously at the MikeWagnerShow.com, also on Anchor FM/support and PayPal. And if you want to send some money over to the Mike Wagner Show and put under there James Ethington III for some Big Macs, we'll be glad to do so. So he will love you for it. And yes, he's loving it. We're here, singer-songwriter, very multi-talented James Ethington III from Alamogordo, New Mexico, here on the Mike Wagner Show. Let's talk about your new album called Recycle and your single Becca, and tell us more about that.
Well, it's amazing. I don't know. I tried hard on it. I can tell you that. It's doing all right. Recycle is doing all right. I'm pretty proud of it. Working on the full album, or another album now. But I hope people are still enjoying all the songs, including Becca. It's doing pretty well. A lot of radio stations picking it up. So
okay, all right, good. And you also have those standout tracks. You also had Sexy, Juicy, Bouncy, and tell us about that one as well too. And what inspired to title the album Recycle?
The Recycle name really came from me wanting to, at previous couple years before this, I wanted to take all my old songs that I had just wrote, and I thought I was becoming a better writer. So I kind of wanted to go back, rewrite those songs, and put out an album. And I was going to call it Recycle because I was really recycling songs. A few years later, I was just out. I was in Portland, and if you see the album cover, you see me standing next to this little stream. And I just thought it was so beautiful. And I was looking at the green and the whole recycling and saving the earth, saving the planet, and recycling songs, which I never really did. I just ended up writing a whole bunch of new ones because that's what writers do. But I just like that whole, saving the planet thing and never throwing away your art. There's a lot of songs that artists that they have, and they don't feel that they're strong enough, and maybe they're not strong enough for you, but for somebody else they'll do really well. But what you create is art, and somebody can make it into something. So recycle.
So it's almost like a principle of one man's trash is another man's treasure.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Oh, that's so amazing. And tell us about the song Becca.
Becca came from a movie. I wanted to write this movie about a young man that was in love with a girl, and things weren't going great. He wanted to end that relationship, and he starts to rekindle a relationship or a friendship with an old friend, and that kind of turns into a romantic thing. But when it comes to writing a movie, there's a lot of writing involved, and I thought it would be quicker and easier if I just wrote a song. So Becca was born out of that. My laziness came this song.
And you certainly did a good job with that. We love that
Thank
tune.
you.
We'll play at the end as well too, unless you want to play it live or so. I mean, it's totally up to you. But and of course, I was going to ask you earlier, but I forgot to mention, how'd you go from boosting to getting to putting an album out?
It was a long process, actually. Actually, the second day that I was out playing, the guy comes up to me, and he had like a little recording studio and stuff like that, a little small label, and he wanted to sign me to it, and I signed a little deal with him. So we started working on this record called Hello World. That was supposed to be my first EP back in 2012. But my life was just different. My priorities were different, so it kind of got pushed back. Then eventually we started to work on it again around 2015, 2016. Or 17, he calls me up or sends me a little text message saying I was dropped from the label for, God knows what reason. So I was out of, I didn't have a studio or anything. And let that be a lesson to anybody out there that has a friend or something, and he's like, oh man, I can just go to a studio. I don't need to buy equipment. Buy the equipment. Just buy the equipment. You never know what's going to happen. Even if they have a great setup, just protect yourself. I did not. I kept working on music, but everything kept falling through. And as soon as Corona hit, and I knew I had time and I had a little bit of money, I could pay for studio time. I knew I've been doing this for long enough. I either got to put something out and make some music, regardless if it's good or regardless if it's bad, whatever, I don't care. But I need an official EP or something for the people to have. And I did it with Recycle.
And that's very amazing as well too. And what else do you base your lyrics on, James?
I'm sorry, what was that?
I said, what else do you base your lyrics on?
My lyrics, really anything. Sometimes I do like to lay in bed and just, be distracted. I don't know what it is about distractions that make me create a little bit better when I'm supposed to be focusing on something else, anything else other than writing. My brain just wants to write. And whatever I'm writing, usually I like to pull out my phone and just hum a melody, or just, maybe somebody might say something funny, and then, whatever joke it's based off of, they could just say apple. And then I start thinking of red things, and then start thinking of flowers being red. And then it kind of, forms from that into like a little storybook. Yeah.
That's interesting too. You just take one word and that's where you base your lyrics on. You just branch off of it. Interesting. Yeah. That is so interesting. Yeah. I think we encourage our songwriters to do that. Just take one word and you branch. I mean, you've got a big hit, I'll tell you. Yeah. Oh my gosh. And where can we find all your music at, James?
On any major platform, all over. Spotify, I know a lot of people go there, at least when they tell me they've listened to it, it's usually Spotify. Deezer, YouTube, it's everywhere. Maybe too many places. I don't know.
But it's never enough for you, guy. And of course, it could be on the Big Mac label or the Big platform. Yeah. And you know something? I think you should write a song about Big Macs. I mean, people just gobble it up. You ever thought about that?
Yeah. Hey, you know what? I wanted to do a sponsorship deal at some point in my entertainment career with McDonald's, but Travis Scott kind of beat me to that. I don't think they're gonna let me have my own meal after that. But I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I could write a little jingle little
Or
Big Mac jingle.
or just write something about the Big Mac, maybe just an
Yeah,
offshoot or something.
yeah.
And of course, you know what? If you do, I'll buy it, and I'll buy a Big Mac too. We'll do
Yes,
that.
let's do it.
So in other words, if you buy James Ethington III any albums, make sure you also add some extra to feed him a Big Mac. So
Yes.
so you got to do that, okay? And
Yeah.
what's coming up for James Ethington III in 2021 and more besides Big Macs? We'll find out just a minute. Listen to the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at SonicWebStudios.com for all your needs. Also brought to you by our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international war-ring author Mia Molson Z of Missing, available on Amazon and paperback and ebook. We'll be back with amazing singer, songwriter, multi-talented boosting band James Ethington III, Ethington III out of New Mexico after this time out. We're back with singer, songwriter, multi-talented James Ethington III out of Alamogordo, New Mexico here on the Mike Wagner Show. And what can we expect from you in 2021 and beyond, James, besides Big Macs?
Definitely more music. More music. I need to step up my social media game. I'm not gonna lie. I wish I was like you. You have a great voice and this wonderful energy.
Well, thank you.
Wish. That's
all
all I want for Christmas.
You know something too? I think it'd be greater if you gave me a Big Mac. Then I'll be a superstar. Like
yes,
super size me, superstar.
Yes.
I need Big Macs.
I got you. I'll give you extra special sauce.
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't know if you remember this jingle, but I grew up. It's like if you said this jingle, like what, 5 seconds less, you get free Big Mac. What was it? 2 off beef patty, special sauce, less 2 off beef patty, special sauce, less cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun. I think you did, was it 5 seconds or 10 seconds or less? You did it fast. You got a free Big Mac, national contest. Wow. So it's like, I think I won it a few times, but nationals, I don't think so. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I guess we'll have to you'll send some Big Macs here. And well, I think I can try to say it fast. 12 beef patty, special sauce, less cheese, pickles, onions, on sesame seed bun. How'd I do?
You did great.
Okay,
amazing.
Now let's hear you do it.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna embarrass myself in your show.
No, it's okay. You can do it. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
It's okay. I mean, we can do it later as well too, and we'll talk about your amazing career. And I guess 2021, you've got some new music out. And who do you consider biggest influence in your career, James?
I don't know. It's hard to boil down. If I would say one person, and I always say this guy's name's Gary Clark Jr. Because he's just he's so impressive. When you hear him play, you want to play just like him, but at the same time, you never want to pick up a guitar again because you can never be that good. But yeah, everything, the way he writes, the way he sings, what he plays, he's phenomenal. So I'm striving. I've got like a little guitar book. I've been playing for a while, but I got a little guitar book to learn more so I can kind of start to get to that level that he's on.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe in another 10 years.
And I think you'll get to that point sooner than that with Big Macs. And what's the best advice you can give to anybody at this point?
Stay encouraged. It's very easy these days to be to feel, that you're not going to make it. If it's easy to feel that you're not as good as other people because there's social media, and what we post on social media is all highlights. No one's really posting their lowlights. No one's really posting themselves getting up in the morning and training, but they are posting pictures of them flexing in the mirror. And it's easy to look at that and say, I can never have that, but you can. And, you got to take it sometimes day by day. And sometimes you have to chop it up 5 minute by 5 minute, but just keep pushing. It's my words of advice. Just keep pushing.
And that's very good advice as well, too. Once again, James Ethington III out of New Mexico here on the Mike Wagner Show, a very multi-talented singer-songwriter from New Mexico. James, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely fantastic. Looking forward to having you again soon. Do us a favor, keep us up to date. Love you back on in 2021 and beyond with plenty of Big Macs. And once again, tell us about your upcoming projects, what's your website, how do people contact you, where can people purchase or listen to your music?
They can purchase and listen to my music, any major platform, like I said, Spotify, Amazon Music. It's everywhere. I'm sure something on Pandora. You could find me, James Ethington music on Facebook. James Ethington III is my personal Facebook. I answer all my emails, so you can request covers that you want me to do or whatever have you. But yeah, come find me, James Ethington III.
That's amazing as well, too. And make sure you send Big Macs to his PayPal as well, too, so he can go buy some. Once again, James, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely amazing. Looking forward to having you again
Thank you.
soon. Do us a favor, keep us up to date. Love you back on in 2021. And don't forget to keep in touch. And let's go out for a Big Mac sometime.
Yes, let's do it.